Coach Shawn Baker, it wasn't too long ago that I had come to your school and talked to you during one of your weight training classes to meet you when you were just hired as the Hough head coach. And here you are in a state championship game. So for this program that started out so good, right? They opened up in 2010. They're so good. They make so many deep playoff runs, but never able to kind of break through. When you guys won that regional final, what was just the feeling like in the community and the program? Just was it kind of like this big, just kind of weight off everybody's shoulders?
Yeah, it was, man. The emotion was real high. The kids were excited, fan base was excited, the school was excited, admin was excited, man. It was just a different morale at the school. But as the high went away on Sunday, man, we had to get back to our game plan for Millbrook, but I wouldn't change it for nothing, man. That was a special moment in Hough history.
What was your plan for this whole couple of weeks here? It's different from what we're used to. Obviously, it's different from what Hough's used to because you went to a state championship and much one with like a whole bye week before.
Right.
How did you want to approach it? Did you have a heavy week last week or a light week last week? Just what was your plan?
Man, when we went into it, we didn't know how to approach it, to be honest with you. It was
it's different.
Do we go and do what we normally do, like during the regular season?
Yeah.
And, we go good versus good, not as heavy. But, as we talked as a staff, man, we had to really go ahead and game plan because we didn't know if we was going to play on Thursday or Friday, so we was going to lose a day the following week. So we went on ahead, we game planned and do what we normally do during the week. And so this week we can just review and keep on with the game plan.
Obviously, being able to shut out West Charlotte in a regional final, they had won the state championship the year before in 3A.
Right.
They still have some guys in that offense, so being able to shut them out. Obviously, Chachi Sullivan, your defense coordinator, he's been here a while before you were the head coach. What he does is kind of chaotic, right? It's hard for people to prepare for.
Yep.
Just tell me about that side of the ball, and what's it like seeing Chachi break through, too?
Man, our defense is second to none, man.
Yeah.
We see it every day in practice. So, we prepare for it. It gets us ready because a lot of stuff that they do, if you're not doing that, you really can't, stop us, shut us down all the way. But Chachi's been great, man. Him and his defensive staff, our staff, they prepare like no other, man. Our kids have scouting reports ready to go Monday morning. They got to pick up from our co-DC, Coach Bird. So the way they work on that side of the ball, man, is great. And as a head coach, man, I kind of been spoiled for the last, 4 years, man, because when I was at Cox Mill my last year, Coach Jamel Bird was my DC, and for the last 3 years, Chachi has been our DC, and Bird's been the co-DC. Yeah. So when you have two guys on the side of the ball that works the way they do, they keep you in tune. You know everything that's going on, but you don't worry about that side of the ball too much. You can kind of worry about the things on offense as I call the plays. But it's been great, man, and I've been knowing Chachi for 20 years. I went to South Carolina State because of Chachi. He was my recruiting host. He was a senior, and I came in. I was going to commit to Western Carolina, and he was my hostess for that weekend. And when I got done Sunday, I committed on Sunday. So we've been knowing each other for a long time, man.
I think one of the things that's been kind of under discussed with your team past couple of years has been the offensive line. It's been so good. It's big, first of all, and then second, the skill and just like their talent in general. Yeah. It's been impressive. Tell me about those five guys because I know that they probably don't get as much shine as they should.
Yeah, man. Listen, we got a loaded group on the offensive line, man. They're athletic, they're big, man, and Coach Jones does a great job with our offensive line, man. Like he's on them boys 24/7. He don't let them get away with anything. He's on them about technique constantly, and that's been a good thing too, man. When you got to have a good offensive line coach. Coach Jones has been with me for 4 years now, and he's got those boys running all on the same tune, man. And so he coaches them. They listen. He get on them. They get in their feelings, but it don't matter because we coach hard anyway. But just have a good offensive line is second to none too, man. But because as well as I know, if you ain't having a good offensive line, a good defensive line, you ain't making no far runs in the playoffs. So kudos to Coach Jones for getting those guys together.
Tell me about quarterback Ethan Royal. We all knew about him when he was in middle school. He's one of those guys that had that early hype, right?
Yep.
He goes to Hough. He has to wait his turn, kind of Trey.
Yep.
Just tell me about him and just the whole process of him, being that backup and learning, kind of as a second stringer, and then coming in as being the starter, being able to break through the state championship.
You know what's funny? Me and Chachi was talking about Ethan on the way up here. because we was going to play Ethan as a receiver last year and have him be the backup quarterback.
Wow.
But, I didn't want to put Ethan at receiver if he got hurt, and then if something happened to Trey, we didn't have a backup quarterback because he's just that talented. But Ethan, Ethan came to me at the beginning of the season. He was like, Coach, I'm glad I set them 2 years, because I needed to learn a lot of stuff. And, he's picked up on everything, man, protections, how we want things, reading defenses, everything like that, using his feet when he has to. But he's been a bright spot for us, man. He's a different type of guy. We probably hadn't had a quarterback like Ethan since Kenique Bonner-Stewart that can kind of run and throw it. But, his confidence level is through the roof, and I think that's been a big part for us on offense. Even with Tyrann being out most of the season, Ethan has everybody's confidence at an all-time high.
How do you want to approach this Millbrook defense? Because they're kind of like you, where they got college guys at all three levels of the defense, including a couple of guys that were top 100 players next year's class. What's the starting point with that defense?
Man, we just got to be us, man. Like we got to control the line of scrimmage, like we talked about earlier, man. And we got to do us, man. And I told people today, our offense is pretty good. I think we get overshadowed by our defense a lot because they're super good. You know what I mean? But our offensive line, our defense, we've seen the Morrisvilles, we've seen the South Points, we've seen Highland Springs, we've seen West Forsyth, we've seen West Charlotte. So we've seen them all. But everybody had a little bit different things with their defense. And I think this Millbrook defense is fast, and I think they're instinctive. I think they move a lot, and you got to be prepared, and you got to work your technique to make sure that you don't let any leakage come through on their defense. But I think they're a really good team, man, and we're going to play our best ball. We've got to play our football, and we can't come out here and try to do nothing that we hadn't done all year just because we're in the state championship game and it's our first time. So we just got to play her football.
Well, Coach Baker, appreciate the time. We'll be seeing you on Thursday, and best luck here the rest of the week.
Thank you, brother.